This is a spot where I've come a lot over the last couple of years and found a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, you can see that it's a trackway. I mean, there's no denying that. It goes right through where you are.
All I could see was this big animal-looking thing walking off. It was fast.
As you can see, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Do you smell anything here?
Ooh, did you rip?
Bigfoot could be anywhere.
All these reports are coming from east of the Mississippi on the juveniles that people are seeing.
Right.
Are they seeing juveniles?
So this is the alleged footprint.
See, there's another footprint there.
Yeah.
Going right down the line in front of him.
That could possibly have been a juvenile.
Is it a footprint? It looks like a print, but I don't think that's a print.
One,
Like I think
two,
I feel like we're looking
three,
at two.
four,
We're all looking at
five.
something different. They're making me feel like I'm crazy.
You felt some feedback?
Dude, we heard it. It's for there.
All right, we are on the road headed to New Hampshire to look for Bigfoot. We got a crew coming out with us today. We're getting in the woods finally. You guys have been waiting for it. You guys are sick of me just talking to people. We're putting action behind words and we're getting in the woods. Bigfoot could be anywhere, but we're gonna find him. All right, we're about 25 minutes away from the location. I'm fired up about today. I don't know what we're gonna see. I hope to experience something, but I would hope to see Bigfoot, but I don't think that's a realistic outcome. But we'll be in God's creation, and that is magnificent in and of its own.
We're here at Northwood Meadow State Park. This is a spot where I've come a lot over the last couple of years and found a lot of crazy stuff. We found some wild owl calls, some possible tree structures, and there's been some reports in and around this property over the last few years. Just over the summer, not far from here, a lady said her 6-year-old granddaughter had spotted a biped walking across one of the yards. This is a big park, a lot of trails. There's a lot of cool spots. So I'd love to get you guys' input. I'll show you around to some stuff, and maybe we can go over some of the stories and the sightings from the area as we walk through. But yeah, check out the structures, listen to the sounds, and tell me what you guys think, because that's what I want to know. I can come here all day by myself and say I think this is squatchy, but you know, I want you guys' opinion, especially you, Adam.
I will say I've talked to enough investigators and experts, but now I got to put my money where my mouth is and get out in the woods.
That's it.
That's what we're doing. Let me see what you guys are seeing. I'll see if it's real or not.
So you guys ready to get walking? All right, let's do it.
Let's get squashing.
Yeah, so everyone just be careful. I know it's super icy. Oh. structures could possibly be set up for hunting blinds, choke points, ambush spots, stuff like that. We spent some time at Charming Fair Farm. You were with us. We followed structures that led us to not only an ambush spot, but a choke point where we found bones. See that? I love it.
I wanted to be proud of I could see how it'd be easy to be maneuverable.
Disappear.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We had a beautiful mountain view, but it was a lot of trees, and there was a pond that we wanted to get a little, so I fell a bunch of trees. And so I was cutting. I had the earmuffs on. Even with the chainsaw off, I could hear the whoops.
Yeah.
Way up on the mountain, they sounded like they were coming closer. This was late evening. And then that evening, my wife and I were sitting around the campfire, and we have a ridge that's about 30 feet above, grade where the camp and stuff is. And I heard distinctly someone say, "Hey, you." And I'm like, there shouldn't be anybody up there, and why is anybody saying, "Hey, you"? And right after that, it just had a mumbling. It was a deep go, and I'm like, what was that? I had no idea. It's just like, okay. Again, don't even know what it was. But again, fast forward back to that Sunday, unloading stuff from the vehicle. Like I said, it was about 1:30. My wife was on the phone with our daughter on speakerphone. She's standing on the back porch. There's a whole bunch of felled trees. We have a hemlock grove that is really, really thick, about 80 feet away. I come walking up, and all of a sudden we heard this, like loud crunching, snap, crack. I look up, and there's an area about 3 foot by 3 foot wide that you can look into. And I see, all I could see was this big animal-looking thing walking off. It had a color of like the moose, how they kind of dark, but like a little bit of a reddish tint to it. I thought it was a moose, to be honest. And as this thing's walking off, and I'm staring at it, my wife is on the phone with our daughter, and said, "Hey, do you know something? You wouldn't believe what I think this is." And I'm listening to the conversation. She says, "What?" It says, "I think it's a Bigfoot." And that's what came right out of her mouth. And I'm like, and I kind of looked at her. I didn't say anything until she was off the phone. I asked her, "What gave you that idea?" She said, "You didn't see the hand?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "About 9 feet up, she saw the arm and the hand move a branch, and that was it, dead silence. Never heard it after that." And she saw it, and I measured it up with a measuring tape. It was about 9.5 feet where she saw the arm.
Wow. So
she got, like I said, wasn't a complete visual. Like I said, I saw the backside of this.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And like I said, 80 feet, 3 by 3, and it's filling it up, walking off. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
The second encounter I had was probably about 2 months later.
Yeah.
I had a headlamp on. We have a portable garage. I was zipping it up. There's the path, the footbridge, and the parking area. It was my vehicle, my wife's vehicle, and we have an enclosed green trailer that we keep stuff in. So I had my headlamp, I just closed it, looked up, and there it was running across, and it was jet black. My light basically absorbed into it. I could see the outline real well as it's running across, and it looked like it was gliding. It wasn't like no head bob, no nothing. And it had the typical like shape, what you see the silhouettes when they do the the magnets and stuff with Bigfoot and everything. Yeah. It had that shape, and I think it was fast. I thought I was imagining it until I have a spotlight that shines down onto the footbridge, and it came on.
Okay.
So I knew that the motion set it up, and it definitely was. I saw it. And the height-wise, my trailer is about 8 foot at the very top, and it was about 1.5 feet less than that, hunched a little bit as it's going over. So those were the two sightings of my property itself.
Where is the cutoff where you can say that's a Bigfoot versus that's a primate? Is Bigfoot a primate? Because that's always been thrown around. But how big are they? There's different size primates.
Yeah.
You know, there's gorillas, there's monkeys, there's chimpanzees.
For instance, we were in Danville following up on a report of a monkey sighting in Danville. And there's a history of monkey sightings in Danville.
Sure.
And to me, what jumped out is that could possibly have been a juvenile.
Yeah.
You said it wasn't very fast, it wasn't very big, but it was dark, walked on two legs, and upright, no tail.
And bears don't climb like humans.
Yeah.
You can see a shuffle of a bear climbing a tree. I mean, you know what I mean? They don't. I don't know. I agree with you on it. I think it could have been, like I say, is it a juvenile? Is it not? Is it full grown? Is it a species that's adapted to this area that, I'm not necessarily saying monkey, but is there a different species of Sasquatch that are different size? I mean, if you go back in it, like we were just talking, skunk apes, they're all reported small. All these reports are coming from east of the Mississippi on the juveniles that people are seeing.
Right.
Are they seeing juveniles?
So what do you think?
I think we should keep moving and see what else we got.
All right, let's go.
Kind of brought attention with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't think they do. No.
We get down and we look at the evidence for ourselves.
The hide and seek champ could be out here.
You know, and with the snow, we're hoping to find some tracks, right? If something's been out here recently, we're going to see some imprints. You know, we'll see. Yeah, we've heard some stuff here. We've gotten reports, not so much from the park, but around the park area. For over the last few years, people report seeing Bigfoots.
Wow. Oh, we got water. Something to drink, you know.
Crossing the Rubicon.
Let him go first, in case he goes under.
There you go.
Hey, we found a small trackway.
Did you?
Yeah,
I'm coming.
feet are only about that long. I'm not sure how far they go. They're heading that way.
You thinking these?
Well, look, right here.
That's pretty small.
That's what I'm saying, but this is recent. See the arch?
Yep.
There's another one there. One right there in front of
That
you.
is actually very interesting. That looks like a...
That looks like a small human footprint. You can almost make out the toes and everything in this one.
Is that the best one you found, you think?
So far, yeah. I mean, that's why I crossed where nobody else walked, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is very well.
But you can see look, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 caught on the side. You can see that where the arch broke. See that? You can see that it's an actual trackway coming out. I mean, who the hell's walking out here barefoot? That's a little kid. We got feral kids in Nottingham, Northwood. If you look, you can see the heel. You can see a big toe there, a small toe, and then it shifts right there to the left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
And right in line, like
right, and it goes.
says.
See, there's another footprint there, there, going right down the line in front of him. I don't know how big a kid's size would be, but that's all of 7.5 inches long, 3 to 4 inches wide.
So I wear, this is like a size 6 in
Okay.
women's.
I had some of them around my mirror when I was younger.
Pretty similar to your foot, do you think? Or?
Well, you can see that it's a trackway. I mean, there's no denying that. It goes right through where you are.
Yep.
Like I said, you can see the big toe right there. As it goes, there's the heel, and there's the metatarsal break right there. You know what I mean? It's not where if you step down, you're not going to leave that dip. You can see it real good there, and it's not bad right here and right there. You can see it pretty good right there too. There's still dirt in that one. If you look, you see the dirt in it? Where it actually slipped a little bit to the side. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying it's dirt. Chances are it's probably chafe from one of these branches right here where it stepped on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think it's a juvenile?
Like we talked earlier, I mean, I can't unexplain footprints. I mean, I came across here and found them, so I mean.
Footprints.
Interesting.
No, I put them all over there on the other side by Bear Brook.
Food for thought. Time for us to do the dishes.
What do you think?
Food for thought. Time to do the dishes.
We got tracks here.
Yeah, they're tracks.
What do you think they are?
I don't know.
You think there's a young kid running around out here? Feral?
Barefoot in the snow? A child? What is a child
I mean,
doing
they're
out
at
here?
least 5.5, 6 inches long, right? You can see the metatarsal break in them.
About the size of my foot.
Kelly,
Yes,
great
sir.
find. Dude,
Yeah.
this is something.
Young kid had his feet on the ground.
You saw the toes too, right?
I mean, I see what you would think would be toes. Yeah.
So you didn't see toes.
What do you think it is?
No, I saw the form of what looked like to be toes. Yeah.
If you step down, your heel would come back and your toes would dig in and kick back.
It's also not, I mean, it's not like a firm print. It's a speculative print. It looks like it could be a print.
What do you think it is?
I don't
Because
know.
there's-
Could be.
There's
There's,
debris in
there's-
them.
It could be the way that the snow's piled up and there's a weak spot there.
There's
There's
definitely.
not as much.
Hold on,
There's not as much.
there's more of them though.
There's a whole trackway.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's not like one or two. There's like a bunch.
I was gonna say that just a couple days ago, the snow was hard.
Yeah.
It was frozen.
Not now. It's not because we've had a change in temperature. But 3 to 4 days ago, this was solid. This was solid. What's that? What figure is it? If you sit down in the snow and you walk,
Bro, why would you just?
see how it raises up right there?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
See, it raises up, right?
No, I see what you're saying. I see what
And
you're
that
saying.
doesn't. That bends down, so the pressure went down in as it stepped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
Why would I? Because I ain't a city kid. I ain't a theater, Adam. I ain't a theater.
I know, there's difference between being a city kid and just being dumb. That just seemed like a dumb move.
Yeah, but you took the road and I didn't.
The what?
You took the road, I didn't.
Me and Mike walked right through there. There was no road.
You didn't see the tracks?
Well, alleged tracks. I don't think that looked anything definitive like a track to me.
What do
To
you
a
think?
track?
Do me a favor. Find the other one.
I wonder if we.
I don't know where it was at.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
wonder if we interrupted it through here.
So this is the alleged footprint that we just found. Kelly, you found it.
I did. Well, me and my boy found the trackway. There's multiples.
So we have what would appear to be heel, mid-tarsal break, toe. What do we think, Mike?
I don't see a lot of melt off to make that deeper or bigger. That's one thing you'd look for, is a lot deeper. It was actually kind of higher up on the snow. And just a few days ago, all the snow was really frozen hard.
Hard, solid.
Yeah.
It's only been the last few days that we've had any melt off whatsoever. So it would tell me that if something came through here, it would have been walking on top of snow, and that's why there wasn't such a deep imprint.
Right.
And then could have possibly filled in with a little bit of the precipitation that we've got.
Sure. We did have some sleet.
But we had a lot of rain yesterday too, so you think it would have washed out. So
I think
it
it's,
looks like a footprint.
I think it's
Yes,
several
that's
days
what-
old.
That's what I think. I think it looks, this is an alleged footprint. It looks like a footprint. I could see why you could make that out to be a toe. I wouldn't say it definitively is a footprint. Here's my thing with the whole footprint thing. I feel like Bigfoot is the only creature that we are acceptable that it only has to have one footprint.
Whoa. Stop right there.
Because when I go out and I see a deer,
no.
I see
There's a
hundreds of
trackway.
footprints.
There is a trackway
You
over
couldn't
there.
show me one that looked anything as close to this.
I showed you 7 right in front
No,
of you.
you showed me this
Your
one and then a
partner in crime
you
right
showed
there
me
took the picture.
You
He
showed
has
me
it on
this one and
camera.
then a bunch of just like broken up snow. This was the only one that looks definitive, like it could be a foot. I will, and I'll look at everything and say that doesn't look. This is the only one that looks like a foot. To me.
Well, you kind of looked at it like this too. No, I mean,
Well-
you had to get down. You had to look at it. You can see a trackway.
Yeah.
You can make out left, right, and they're in line. They're not like
If you have Bigfoot on the brain, yeah.
Through some,
If you want to see that, yeah, you'll see that.
they were little feet.
Which would, yeah.
They're only like 6.5 inches long, 3.5
Yeah.
inches wide.
That's even big for a baby Bigfoot.
Why? When was the last time you
That's
saw
even
one?
small for a baby Bigfoot.
When have you seen one?
I haven't. When have you seen one?
You looking at one right now?
I am, yeah. Yeah, you are about the size of a baby Bigfoot. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
And like I said, I mean, I showed you right there. I took my shoe off and I stepped down.
I saw that.
And my arch goes the other way. That goes down in.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't replicate it. I'm pretty sure nobody in their right mind is letting their kid run across a swamp that they don't know about by itself at night or whenever. I ain't saying that that's fresh. I'm saying that's probably 7 days old, maybe more. But you can't deny the fact that over there, and I think you have the picture, there is a footprint, and there is chaff from a plant stuck in where the big toe is.
There's dirt in one of them, yeah.
I ain't saying that them a Bigfoot, but they're a foot. The arch breaks in. It doesn't break up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than this. Is it a footprint? It looks like a print, but I don't think that's a print. The snow falls weirdly on things like this and melts strangely too, because it creates pockets. I mean, if you want to call it a trackway, you can call it a trackway. But again, I don't think these are footprints. I think it's like literally the way the snow falls and even melts on top of these things. There's air pockets that there's not snow in. You just look around. Look at how none of the snow is perfectly flat.
Of course not. You're in a swamp.
Especially if you look out. I mean, it's like the way that there's like just like the way snow goes and falls into these little crevices and pockets because of where the shrubbery is. I mean,
But
yeah,
this
I don't know.
This wasn't soft snow. 3 days ago, 4 days ago, we were at 22 degrees up here.
And how do you?
This was frozen as
But
a
you don't
high.
have any proof to tell me when this happened.
Of course I don't. That's what I'm trying to build up to you, to a case. It happened probably 8, maybe 9 days ago when it happened. When the snow was hard and they broke through the snow.
Yeah, but you have just as much proof to say that as I have to say it just melted this way, and there's weird air pockets in there that the snow melted a funny way and dropped
Because
down.
air always melts in a straight line.
It's not really. But what are you saying? Nothing looks as similar to that one. This is the only. None of them look the same as that one. That's the only one that looks like a foot.
Would you have 1, 2 alternating?
They're not even alternating. There's one that looks like this, Mike. Who the heck walks like this? What animal or anyone?
Find another spot that replicates this.
One.
But none of these look the same to me.
One.
Like I think
two,
I feel like we're looking
three,
at two.
four,
We're all looking at
5.
something different because none of them look similar to me.
Where's the measuring tape?
We're talking about if this is a footprint or not. I don't think it's a footprint. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think it is? You really
How the
think it's
snow melt? Yes, I think it's how the snow melted in the landscape and how those things play.
All right,
a
then
factor.
how's this? Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second, all right? Seriously. I'm going to measure them. And if each one comes up with the same measurement in length and width and potentially depth.
Well, I'm telling you right now, this
If,
one won't be
hold
the same
on,
way.
I wasn't done. Don't interrupt. Now, that's rude.
But
If
go
they
ahead.
all wind up the same length, depth, and width, will you call it a print?
Sure, but if I measure it and I come up and tell you guys it's the same length, width, depth, then will we say it's not a footprint?
We're not measuring girth, Adam. We're measuring length.
I mean, if it's gonna make you happy that I think it's a footprint, I'll call it a footprint, but I don't believe it's any sort of footprint.
Okay, I'm gonna call it
You can
9 inches, okay?
If
I'll go
you
4
can
inches
line
wide.
every single one up, yeah, then yeah, I guess.
4 inches
but
wide.
looking at them right now, you can tell they're not.
We'll go 1.5 inches deep. 9.5 long. 4 1/4, 4.5 wide. And this one's almost 2 inches deep.
Right here.
This looks like it might have stepped down twice. But
Ah,
9 and a
step
half,
down
9 and a half.
twice.
9.5. 4 wide,
What'd I tell you, dude?
1.5 inches deep.
Okay, how about the spacing between each one?
We'll go from heel to toe. 16. 16. 16. That's a little less. That's 14. So not going to step consistently.
So wait,
perhaps.
so what are these footprints we're looking at here? I know this
You're
one.
shitting me, right?
I know this one.
Do you know how many people a year go missing in New Hampshire woods?
I don't know. It's just,
Look, I enjoy a good debate, but
nah, I
when
just
there's something like that,
you're gonna have to do better. That's all I have to say. You're gonna have to do better than that. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go this way. What if it's a baby Nephilim? All right, we're getting back into your area
They're
of
not.
expertise.
Well, the baby Nephilim don't roam the earth anymore. There's my expertise.
Get over here.
Story concluded. Yeah.
3 measurements in a row.
I mean, I could go 15 inches, 15 inches.
Hey, you
15
can.
inches, you know.
Pumpkin, hey, the tape's right here. You can do it.
Listen, you can. I don't believe it's a footprint.
You want to measure it?
No, I don't need to measure it. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta
Hey,
do
all
better.
I'm going to do, I'm going to call this a win for us, and I ain't saying it's Bigfoot, but I'm going to say it's a footprint.
If that's a win for you. You gotta sound like
I'm not.
Go for it. Go after it, boys. I don't care.
It's a trackway, and I don't think it was done by a human.
Man.
I'm going to be
I'm
an
not,
idiot.
I'm
He's
not,
going to be
listen,
an idiot.
I'm not
That's how it
lying.
goes.
Yeah, I feel how I feel about it. You feel how you feel about it.
This guy's crazy, bro. We've had a full day of squatching.
We did.
I got, a bit ridiculed for not believing some things were a print, but we've moved past that.
So I brought you out here because this road is notorious for Bigfoot sightings.
Really?
Here, I got a couple of reports. Back in March of 2022, 17-inch prints were found along Stevens Hill Road, which is this road right out here. Okay. Evan Pike, who's a New Hampshire local guy, who also does a lot of Bigfoot researching, found some prints driving out here with a buddy. And sure enough, it was in the spot that he'd had a physical sighting just a few years before, back in 2018. So he calls up Alex Petikoff, from Small Town Monsters, and they came out and they casted these things. Talking to Kelly, it's the same location that he found his castings a few years back.
Really?
So this road, people come to us all the time, New Hampshire Bigfoot Society, when we're at a festival and we start talking about southeastern New Hampshire, like, oh, Stevens Hill Road.
Yeah.
That's here. And as you can see, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's trails and it's accessible, but
Quiet.
we got these power lines and they just cut through all this land, all this conservation land, these state parks, private property. Back in 2015, a hiker reported hearing footsteps as he was leaving the woods out into the parking area. And when he arrived back to his car, he heard some tree knocks. And these stories not only recorded, but we have a lot of anecdotal evidence too.
Yeah.
2021, a man, Tom Glidden, reported having an encounter not far from the power lines that intersect here with Stephen Hill Road. I'm not sure if this is the spot. He wasn't available to come out with us. But yeah, he had a sighting in one near Saddleback Mountain, just south of Northwood Meadows, which we spent the day at. Yeah. So all this land is connected. And so I'm excited that you guys came out here, and let's take a walk around and see if we hear anything, we see anything, because it's getting dark.
I want to try to do some calls.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I've seen so.
Third place in Whitehall, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got third place in Whitehall your first time trying it. So I say we try some calls and see if anything calls back.
Okay, you want to take a walk down the trail a little bit and see what we got?
I'm following you.
All right. You can't see too far ahead of you. We do have the white snow for contrast, so if something moves, we should be able to pick it up.
This is what I came out here to do, man. I came out here to get in the woods.
So I'm looking for eye shine, looking for, tracks, and obviously movement. We got some good contrast with the snow, so I think if something moves.
Do you smell anything here?
Ooh.
Is that Adam or?
Did you rip?
I didn't know.
You said that, and I did pick up a scent.
There's a tremendous pungent odor I picked up on.
Ooh.
We're almost there. It's been a heck of a day.
Really has.
We've been in the woods since 10 a.m. My legs are kind of like jello. But, what are you going to do? We're out here looking for Bigfoot. Can't complain. Do we cross the bridge?
I think. We're going to look up in the trees as well, because some people report Bigfoot's climbing trees. I don't know that a 1,000-pound creature is going to do well in a white pine. But if they're smaller than we think, as we were talking about earlier, perhaps. We're also looking for monkeys on the loose. That's one of the things that I've been covering is these monkeys that escape as exotic pets, escape zoos, or something like that. And there is a history of them that are actual real animals.
And they're eating people.
Well, they're not all eating people.
A lot of the chimpanzees that people own eat them.
Well, yeah, the chimps.
They bite their faces.
That's true.
They rip off their appendages.
Great story.
All right, let's go find Bigfoot. All right. We're going to try a tree knock here.
There we go.
Gotta hit it loud. There you go. Ook! Ook! That's it.
It's all dead. This is for the first time we haven't had a huge crew with us. It's a little quieter.
Yeah.
I think this is a good time to, if we're gonna make contact at all with this creature, this is the time to do it.
I think so too.
Let's get into it, man.
All right, man. So, you want to go first with your call?
I mean, I think you should go first. You did place
Oh,
it
okay,
first.
okay. All right.
What's that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I actually did hear that. What was that?
Something.
I'm not even kidding.
Keep going that way then.
Yeah, something. I definitely heard something.
Let's go deeper.
That was crazy.
You felt some feedback?
Dude, we've heard it over there.
I didn't hear
I don't know
anything.
that we picked it up. You It heard was that? subtle, but it was present.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard it. You guys gotta be something. You gotta hear.
Did you hear something, Caleb?
I think I heard something.
He thinks he heard something.
You heard something.
Matt definitely heard something.
Let me get kind of a baseline. It's kind of loud because of the water, but
You'll be able to hear.
these are the spots
This
that we
will make
want.
them travel though.
Right.
The water makes noise travel. So our best effort at getting other Bigfoot to hear this is through a water source. So
I think we're at the right spot.
let me give that a go. Well, it's been a long day, Mike.
Yeah.
We've been in the woods all day.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the day?
Well, it's good to get you guys out here.
Yeah,
It's good to get out and play in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, we got into a deep spot.
Yeah.
It's what we wanted. You know, we were around the park earlier today, and there's a lot of activity, but there's a lot of interesting things that brought up discussion. That's why I'm glad you guys came.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been out here a while now. We've done some hoops, some calls, some knocks. Not much of a response. I'm not sure why that is. Like I said, this is a hot spot here. So, I mean, that could mean a few things. Does it mean that we scared them off? Does it mean we need to settle in more so that they can come to us? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the magic potion is, the magic, the equation, if you will.
Well, from my perspective, today's been a success. For my first day being out in the field, at least, you know, there were some things I kind of was expecting coming in, some things I wasn't. Still skeptical, more skeptical than the rest, actually, I'd say. And you know, that showed, I think. But it was good to be able to come out and see what you guys are seeing, and still at least formulate my opinion after seeing it like firsthand. So, yeah, I'm excited to keep figuring out what it is that these people are seeing. I mean, something's out there, obviously.
Right, something's happening. People tell these stories, and it's changing their lives. It gives them a whole new worldview. And when you step back and think about it and connecting the dots, it's like, where is our scope of reality, and where does it end? Where does it start? Where does it begin?
Right.
You know, knowing that something's probably out here with us. Even wildlife. There's wildlife watching us right now.
Absolutely.
You got to be guaranteed there's.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it can't see you.
Right, and that's what they say. Every time you come out in the woods, they know you're there before you even, kind of get there. So I think we're going to have to revisit these areas, but do an overnight.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have to go like bare bones, survival camping, low key, just bare necessities. And
I'm there.
Okay.
You know I'm there, bro.
So, your mind starts playing tricks on you too, right?
Yeah,
so it's
you start hearing things.
You want to hear things.
Yeah.
So any little thing is something.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to come back we're not prepared to spend the night.
No, it's cold too. All right, let's hit the road. Let's get out of here.
All right, let's do it. No kisses.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a squatcher, but I also want to go to my bed.
All right, boys. First trip out in the woods. How are we feeling? At night, yeah, sorry. At night.
What is a child? Don't get the swamps. At night.
Yeah, for us to call? Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. We got all cameras.
Daniel Perez?
I am Daniel Perez.
But they've kind
Watch that Widowmaker above your head, Adam.
But they've kind
Let it come down, bro.
All right.
I don't have a widow to make.
He'd be lonely without you.
He would be.
No, it
Fresh
looks
enough
like
where it
one,
was
but I'm
still
not gonna
standing
say
in it.
yeah. That's definitively. I agree that that's appropriate.
What's that?
I've seen prints fresh enough where it was still standing in it, walking away from me. Not far from here, Lucas Pond.
Yeah? Her aunt lives on Lucas Pond Road. Yeah.
Cindy River.
The second time I saw it was at Snider. Good memory.
Yeah.
We've seen the footage a lot.
Yeah.
Laughing at me?
No, I'm just saying.
There's obviously got to be different species throughout the world. I mean, there's different types of people throughout the world. I mean, if you're standing next to somebody from Korea, you are a Bigfoot man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We walked over to that part after. We came over on the far side, so we didn't trample over anything.
Sorry, do you need a hug? Are you all right?
Oh, I want a hug from you,
All right,
regardless.
well, as long as
I want a hug.
This is hard. You could walk on top of it.
Let's ask Nicolas Cage what he thinks.
Hey, look at Nicolas Cage.
But no, you can't if you in my opinion.
Let's go farther.
You just took off, bro.
All right.
You hear something, Caleb?
I think I heard something.
The Joe Rogan
That's good. Yeah,
experience.
that's good.
Well, yeah, the chimps.
They bite their faces.
That's true.
They
bite
rip
off
their
their
arms off and beat them.
Yeah,
with
they
it.
beat off their. They. Yeah, we're taking a left. You're taking a right. Bon voyage. This is like the scene in Fast and Furious.